How we doing, guys? Another NoFap video. Today is day 25. I've been having a pretty crazy week. I'm not gonna go into detail, but some crazy shit has happened. I've just turned down this air. Some crazy shit has happened. It's still a little bit raw, so I don't really want to talk about it yet. I might talk about it in the future because in a way it is NoFap related, because I did do something very dramatic, which required, you know, a lot of courage to do. So, you know, in a way it is related, so, you know, I might bring it up and it'll be the subject of a future video. But at the moment I'm just gonna stick to some other stuff I've been thinking about. In terms of urges, I've been having urges, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I've dealt with them. I'm at a very strong point where I've got a really strong foundation where I just won't accept, you know, the urges to take over. I do occasionally have porn flashbacks, is what they call it, where, you know, I'll think about a scene from a porn. I've actually found that is a pattern throughout my streaks, is that sometimes I'll get fantasized with this, you know, scene that I've seen in the past, and it'll make me want to watch it. But, you know, I just need to fight through it. The whole no touch thing that I've done, I'm continuing to do that, and that is a really strong deterrent. And also just constantly telling myself that if I relapse, you know, I'm just screwing up my life. So, you know, I'm keeping to it. I'm pretty proud about it because day 25, you know, really feels like I'm, you know, I'm on my way. You know, 25 days is almost a month, so feeling pretty good. Today's video is, I wanted to talk about the 3 stages of life on NoFap. I've thought about this a little while ago, and because I've been on long streaks, and I'm talking, you know, pretty long streaks of plus 100 days, I can comment on how life evolves as you go through NoFap. So, you know, I can look back and I can look at the current streak and I can talk about how it's been. So in terms of stages, I would say the first stage, and I apologize because I haven't thought of any specific names for the stages, but basically the first stage, I would call that the struggle stage. Now, when I say stages of life, I'm talking about how life is living during those stages. So for example, stage 1, the struggle stage, that's pre-NoFap. Yeah, pre-NoFap. That's before you're on NoFap. That's during porn addicted life. Basically, you struggle through life. There's no other way to put it. Every single day, unless every single day goes exactly how you plan it, like, unless it goes the way you think it will go or the way you want it to go, it's a struggle. Every single day is some form of a speed bump. If something comes up that you're not prepared for, and because you worry and you have anxiety, you try to mentally prepare for everything, but sometimes there's just going to be things that happen that you can't prepare for, and when they do happen, you freak the fuck out. there's no other way to describe it, and you feel extremely uncomfortable. And it's not just that, it's more if something gets you angry, if something gets you upset, you're not just upset in the moment, you're upset for the rest of the day, maybe even the rest of the week. It's a really difficult place to be in. Because I've been in it, I can talk from experience. It's torture. I mean, it took me until NoFap to realise that, you know, life's actually about having fun and enjoying yourself, but when you're living the struggle, it's something else. It's terrible. Like I said, you want days, you want every single day to be the same, so then there's nothing that you aren't prepared for. But even at that, every single day is a struggle. I went through the entirety of high school in the struggle stage, and let me tell you, it was just a fight every single week. Every single week was a fight to get to the weekend, just so then, you know, I can determine how the weekend was. And I would spend that weekend doing like everything and anything that would make me happy, just to feel like I had used it up. And I've talked about it in the past, I'd be staying up late just to treasure every single minute that I could control, that wasn't, you know, in control of the universe, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's anybody, you know, you don't need to be porn addicted to experience this. People who have anxiety probably go through a similar sort of lifestyle where every day is a speed bump, and it's tough, it's not easy. Now let's bring on to stage 2. I would say I'm currently in this stage. This is NoFap, the first stage of living on NoFap, and I can't really think it. I spent a couple of minutes trying to think of a name, but I haven't really thought of one. But it's more sort of I call it the stabilization stage, and in this stage you live life as it should be lived. You live life. Nothing. Well, I'm not going to say that nothing's a challenge, but if a challenge comes up, you're more or less prepared for it, like mentally. Like you can face it, and you can do it. You have very little anxiety. You don't have to mentally prepare for everything. You're not hyper focused on the negatives. If something bad happens, yeah, it still feels bad. If something, you know, triggers your anxiety, or if you're stressed, of course you're still going to feel that, but only for an hour, or even just for that moment. You'll find that you forget about it within 2 hours, and you actually just, like, you know, later on in your night you remember, be like, oh yeah, that did happen, but I don't feel any way about it. See, for somebody who's been in stage 1, this is beautiful. To other people who haven't had to struggle with porn addiction or any addiction or anxiety, this is how they live, and you know, they take it for granted. But you know, people like me and other people who have experienced being in stage 1, stage 2 is bliss. It's beautiful, and you know, you just treasure the fact that you're not worried about everything. You can just live life, you can enjoy the little things, you can enjoy the big things. You're excited if something comes up, it comes up, you're not worried about it, you can deal with it when it happens. And if something bad happens, you know, you're going to feel shit in the moment, but later on you'll be brand new, you'll forget about it. Now let's get on to stage 3. Yeah, again, don't have a name for this. Let me think of one real quick. I'll call it the adapting and challenging stage. I've been in this stage, I would say, twice. I had one extremely long streak, I think 2 years ago, maybe even longer than that, where I was 100+ days. And in this stage, almost some days you feel euphoric, and sometimes just for no reason. You can feel euphoric for simply no reason, or you can feel extremely excited or extremely happy instead of just excited or happy. And I've also found that in this stage, you actually change and adapt your life, and you start making yourself face challenges. You start even shifting normal everyday things to make it more challenging. You need stimulus, and you know, challenges are the sort of things that will stimulate you. You go out of your way to make things harder, or you know, you try new things because you're curious, and you know, you want to experience new sensations, and just experiencing new things. And this is I can't really say for certain how many days I was in when I hit this stage, but I would say probably plus 60 days. I started to get inside this zone, so nothing's a challenge to you anymore. If you fail, you feel happy because you've learned from it. You don't feel the sting necessarily. You know, I might be talking at my arse here, but I remember maybe even not feeling anger, or you know how I was talking about in stage 2, you feel it for a little bit, but then it goes away. I think in stage 3 I didn't even feel it, or maybe I felt it for like a split second and then it would go away. I'd forget about it. This stage is the end goal. I've never gotten past, I think my highest streak's 120 days. I've never gotten past that, so I've never actually lived the NoFap lifestyle of, you know, that permanently. But you know, I'm hoping to get to that. So yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about. It's NoFap is unbelievable. It really does shift everything in your life, and by by week 1 you're a different man, and other people have noticed that. I don't want to toot my own horn, but you know, my girlfriend, she keeps saying, oh, you're so handsome, and you know, you look good today or whatever, and she didn't really do that as much when I was, you know, stuck in the cycle. And just to let you know, I didn't really tell my girlfriend of when I relapse or anything. She just knows that she knows I'm on NoFap, but I don't tell her when I relapse. So it's not as if she knows that I'm on a long streak right now, but she even though she doesn't know it, she can feel that there's something different. She can see that something is different. And I've got a dash cam in my car, and I just happened to go through some footage and, you know, watched myself. Like I happened to be in the shot, and I looked and I was like, man, I look good. You know, not to get arrogant or anything, but you know, I looked at myself, I was like, damn, you know, I look okay. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And if you enjoyed the video, you know, leave a comment, maybe leave a like, subscribe, and I appreciate it. So thank you.